These are hands down the best BMW E92 headlights for the price, and in today's video I'll be breaking down exactly why that is. So first off, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to hopefully your favorite BMW channel, more specifically your favorite E9X channel on YouTube. And yeah, in today's video I'm going to be getting into why my BMW E92 has probably, in my opinion, the best headlights on the market out of all the ones I've seen. And I'm going to show you why that is and why I think you should pick yourself up a pair. But first off, it is very bright outside. I'm not putting these sunglasses on to look like a D-bag. It is genuinely bright and I need to be able to speak to you guys. So yeah, I don't know. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into my E92's headlights. So for those of you who have been subscribed for a good while now, you already know my E92 has come a long way. I've done so much to the exterior and the interior to really modernize this vehicle and make it look newer than like a 2-decade-old car. I wouldn't think by looking at it, it looks like a 2007. But one of the biggest upgrades I've done that I noticed was these headlights. I installed these headlights a few months ago, and let me tell you guys, these have overall been one of my favorite upgrades that really brightened up and modernized the front end of my E92. And now these headlights have been a real game changer. Even when they're not on, like I don't even have them illuminated right now, and you guys can see they just look so much more modern. I want you guys to take note that this is a pre-LCI E92, and these new headlights give it the LCI style kind of eyebrow right here, which really just wakes up the front end. So I'm gonna go ahead and activate the halos one more time, and you can see they just look so much better and so much brighter than the factory ones. You're getting this cool LCI style kind of eyebrow up on the top that usually don't come on the pre-LCI BMW headlights. And although it doesn't light up, it looks so much cooler just from afar. I want you guys to just take a look at these headlights. When you light it up and you stand back, activate them right there, these halos really stick out and protrude on the front end of the vehicle. From every angle, my E92 looks more aggressive and more modern. The new halos just look so much brighter than the factory ones and really stand out in every type of lighting situation. And one of the biggest things that I noticed, besides the glass being nice and restored and clean, you know, it's nice and see-through now, which automatically brightens up the front end. The biggest thing I noticed was the halos are so much thicker. The factory halos on these BMWs were pretty thin, which made it so you couldn't really see the halo design. These are squared off at the bottom, so you guys can see they're squared off here. And overall, that makes for a way more aggressive design from BavMod. So you guys can see, Jesus, dude, look how crisp those are. And just for dramatic effect, I actually brought the factory headlights that I had on my E92, and they look absolutely abysmal. They look like garbage, dude. Look how bad these are. So one of the biggest problems that I had with the factory headlights, besides them oxidizing, and no matter how many times you're able to restore the headlights, you're wearing out the coating, so you're never gonna be able to make them look brand new again, like long term. But besides how much better and more crisp these new headlights look, I mean, that's not even a comparison, dude. Look at those compared to that. It's like you can't even compare the two of them. But the biggest thing that I noticed right off the bat was the halo design. So on the factory halos on these BMWs, you guys can see it's this, stereotypical ring shape, and they actually look pretty good for the time period. For 2007, I mean, they look good. I mean, I can't knock BMW on that, but the biggest problem with these halo headlights is on the pre-LCI BMWs, you can never get the inside ring to light up as bright as the outside ring. And basically, or no, I think it's the opposite. Yeah, you can't get the outside ring to light up as bright as the inside ring. I always get that confused. But on these headlights, underneath this cover, you basically have a halo bulb that lights up the inside ring here, but since there's only one bulb, it can never distribute enough light to the outside to make it look as aggressive as something like this, where there's two fully independent halo LEDs lighting them up. And so because of that, you're getting a really primitive type of design, and it looks a lot less aggressive. On top of that, the light output You know, I've used a ton of different headlight bulbs. I've used top of the line, I've used OEM, I've used some from BavMods and kind of everywhere. And I was never able to get the light beam to be as bright as these new ones. These new ones are insanely bright at nighttime, which I'll actually show you here in a moment when I cut frames to my night driving. But overall, guys, these old headlights just don't do the front end of the E92 any justice at all. If you guys can see, it is broad daylight out here. It's not cloudy, it's not gloomy. And even then, these halos are still shining as bright as ever. Usually the problem with these factory headlights is when the sun is out in a situation like this, your halos are never going to be lit up as brightly as something like these where they're aftermarket and upgraded. And overall, these new headlights just really change my BMW from every angle. Whether you're at the side here looking at the car, guess what? They're lit up and they look more aggressive than ever. If you're directly in front of the vehicle, it looks more menacing than it ever has because you're getting that direct glare straight from the LEDs. I mean, just look at this profile here. The squared bottoms and the bright halos with the M3 style mirror caps, that right there is pure aggression. With the rounded halos that aren't as bright from the factory ones, you're never gonna get this aggressive of a stance or look from those factory headlights. And overall, guys, I can say they did their job. They were fine, but like I said, over time, the coating on the outside is going to wear out. It's going to oxidize and they're gonna look like trash. No matter what, no matter how many times you restore these or sand them or they're never gonna truly look clear again unless you replace them. So holding these up side by side, I mean, you tell me which one looks more aggressive. To me, that's not even competition. And again, guys, when you're looking at the car from different angles, like this kind of side front profile, you can see that these headlights really just do the E92's front end a lot of justice. They look amazing. The enhanced thickness of the halos makes them protrude and makes them as bright as ever. And honestly, guys, you just can't compete with that. And now something I haven't even talked about that I really enjoy on the front end is this swooshing, I think they call it an angel line design. So they call these the angel eyes, obviously the halos, but BavMods calls these the angel line. And what this angel line design is, you know, I'll just show you to make it even better. I want you guys to take note of this little swooshing shape that you see around the corner. And as soon as we turn the headlight switch to the corner lights on, these headlights really come to life. So you can see I actually upgraded the bulb inside of these, you know, headlights with this LED version that they sell on their website. And yeah, at first it was like a little halogen bulb. I didn't really enjoy it. But this new LED one basically reflects the light all throughout the corner here, and it makes it look so cool, guys, especially at nighttime. This entire little line design fills up with the amber color and it looks absolutely amazing. And so overall, you're getting that really cool amber glow throughout the headlight with the brightened up halos, and it just looks so freaking good from, like I said, every single angle you look at the car from. Guys, I'm not exaggerating one bit. Every time I've drove my car out through Dallas or a highly populated area, I've noticed so many more people looking at my E92 than I ever have before. And you know, it could be something like a placebo effect or my mind's playing tricks on me. Maybe I just haven't noticed before, but I'm like 99.99% positive. I literally had somebody in Dallas the other day pull up next to me, and the guy was driving and he pulled up to the red light and he looked over at my car like this, and I saw him look down at the headlights, and I swear, no exaggeration at all, that genuinely happened. These new halo headlights, the Vader style headlights, just look so much better than I'd say 99% of the ones on the market for the price point. For the amount of money you pay for these, as opposed to like Bay Optics, which I love Bay Optics. Bay Optics is an amazing company and they are great. They make amazing products, but the price point is so freaking high for a set of Bay Optics headlights. And yeah, so for that reason, I genuinely love these ones. I mean, look at the car over my shoulder. Look at, I can't point, but you see how much it protrudes? Now imagine that at nighttime, which I'll show you, you know, the entire headlight structure and everything at night. I'll show you, you know, how they look, how bright they are. I'll show you that in a moment. But imagine this aggressive stance here. That car pulling up to you at nighttime, I'm telling you guys, it looks menacing. And I want to show you guys install wise, it's just the same as your regular OEM headlights. We can see I have them installed right here. There's the bracket built on. The bracket built on, it's just bolted in right here. And then from there, you just transfer over. Well, I actually bought these new headlight gaskets at BavMods. I think I bought the whole setup. I got the headlights, all the bulbs, the LED bulbs, the ballasts, and the gaskets. I just bought it all from them because they had it all. Why not? And I think I got a discount. They had a discount code or something. But speaking on that, make sure you use code IZZY9X, and I'll be sure to reach out to them and try to get you guys a promo code to save you guys some money. But back to the video, I do want to show you that they install properly, just like the factory ones. There's no play in them. They're not moving around. You guys can see everything's nice and tight. See what I mean? Like, it all looks good. And I will say it is extremely bright outside right now. And you guys can see, look how bright those LEDs are. They're lighting up the angel lines and the halos perfectly. And if I step back, you guys can see just how well lit the car is, as opposed to the trash factory ones that are dim. And don't do that. These are bright from every angle, guys. Look at that. That is just so nice. That is such a nice front end aesthetic. With the hood up too. But now, one of my favorite facts that I did not know about these headlights is that a lot of the actual materials are made in Austria and made in Europe. I think some of the components might be made overseas somewhere else, but I know for sure that they told me the projector housing, like the actual headlight housing or the projector housing right here, these are made in Austria or somewhere in Europe. I forgot where. They have it advertised on their website. And you can tell because it's actually extremely clear. And if I go ahead and fire this up right now, I'll show you, I mean, the light is just super crisp and bright coming out of here. Back to the interior we go. Turn on the headlight switch. And look how clear and crisp that light is. That is like, you're not supposed to point, light into the camera lens, but look at that clear path of light. Man, that is so good. Look at that. Look at the little rainbow effect it makes. Oh man, super high quality, bro. I freaking love it. And yeah, guys, I just can't stress how good these look on the vehicle from literally every angle. Well, I want you to take into effect how far I am right now. This is where I am compared to the vehicle. I'll even step back even more. I'll go over here. And I want to show you guys, they're still fully lit up. The halos are fully lit up. And it is broad daylight, the sun is beaming, and look at this. They're literally still lit up on the front end. You can see them all the way from back here. And that is just so invaluable to me because on these vehicles, you want your car to, have a road presence. Like, you want people to look in their rear view mirror and be able to see all of the modifications, all your hard work, get put out into a build. And you want it to look menacing while somebody looks in their rear view mirror. And I really feel like these headlights accomplish that, and they just look so much better than the factory ones. That's the biggest takeaway I have. Like, the headlights right here, they're on, they're fully lit up, it's broad daylight, like I said, and even in broad daylight conditions, they just look so good. And they really do complement the LCI LED taillights that I have installed on the car. They complement the wheels, they complement the rest of the build, and really make the whole vehicle just look so much more aggressive overall. And with the factory headlights, all you have to actually transfer over is you transfer over the bulb, like the headlight bulb. You transfer over the ballast. You do have to install the corner light here though for the front turn signal, and that's really it. Everything else on the new headlights are LED, so you don't actually install a halo bulb. But besides that, nothing else from here has to be transferred over. Like the LEDs here, as you guys can see, the LED halo rings, you don't have to actually install any bulbs onto there. You simply plug everything up. It's just one connector, it plugs up, and those work forever. The headlight bulb, you do have to install one of those. The corner light, you install one of those. But besides that, there's no other bulb that you have to install once you purchase these. Everything else works right out of the box. And even look at this. Look how much the halos are illuminating my hand even. Again, broad daylight. And you guys can see the light here straight from the halo. That's kind of crazy. Or from the headlight as well. But Yeah, man, they're just so bright and they look so good. But now that you guys heard me rave about them in the daytime and show you guys them in the day with my sunglasses on, that's how bright it is. And these headlights are still, you know, still look that good. It's pretty impressive. We'll hop in the car and I'll go ahead and cut frames to me driving with these things at nighttime. And I'll show you just how bright they are, how much they illuminate the road. I'll show you how the headlight assemblies look. And yeah, let's just cut to the nighttime frame right now. Sweet, and right now it is pitch black at nighttime, and this is perfect because I can actually show you guys how these headlights perform at night. So as you guys can see, I mean, I don't really have many street lights around here through this little narrow passageway past here. And look in front of me how much these new headlights illuminate the entire road ahead of me at night. There's no other car behind me, nothing like that. It's really just me, and you can see I'm lighting up basically this whole strip of road. And now if I turn the brights on, you can see it shoots all the way down and lights up the signs down there. But yeah, guys, they're super bright at nighttime, which is pretty great because that's kind of what you want to see. You want lights that perform, you know, this good at night without blinding other people, but also in the daytime, you want your halos to show through. So this GoPro shot is actually perfect for this because I can show you guys exactly what it feels like behind the wheel to have these new headlight assemblies on your BMW. And I'm really trying to steady this camera, but let's see if I can show you guys an even more cool shot right over here. Right over here to my left is this perfect road I can take you guys down. It's nice and tossy and turny and winding, and not a lot of people drive here. And so this is actually gonna be perfect so I can illuminate the entire road and show you guys. After this car passes, I want you to really take note of how bright these light beams reach ahead. Look at this. It's lighting up the sidewalk, it's lighting up. This is perfect. This is exactly what you want at nighttime, you know, to have like a very safe driving condition without blinding other people. And now see how he's blinding us? You see him? See how his lights are going straight in our face? But ours are, you know, we're able to adjust the light from the factory. They have adjustment knobs, and I pointed them down, but just high enough to where I can see everything in front of me right now. Look at this, guys. And now if I want to activate my brights, I can light up the whole road, but I'm not going to do that. Yeah, guys, I mean, this is literally perfect. These things are super bright at night, super bright in the day. They look great. A minor detail that I really love, so I actually purchased the headlight bulbs from BAV Mods as well as the ballasts, and I purchased the 6000K, or the 6K technically, but that's the color temperature, 6000 Kelvin, you know? And it's perfect. It's a nice, bright, whitish color. It has a very small tinge of blue, but they're not like blue headlights. It's like pure crystal white color. I mean, you guys can look at the headlight beam right here as I kind of drive around, and it's perfect, you know? See, I already saw that stop sign coming from all the way back there. I already saw it coming. And, you know, we'll take a look behind me. See how his lights behind us, they're kind of blue? Kind of looks kind of cheap. But with these lights, they're like a crystal, perfect white color. And I love it, guys. When you're wanting to drive spiritedly and rip through these winding, curvy roads right here, oh man, being able to see ahead of you at nighttime is invaluable, man. It truly is invaluable. Because, you know, sometimes it can get scary driving at night, can't see what's in front of you. You know, you drive kind of timid. But with these, you know, Vader style headlights, man, I can see like everything before it comes at me. Look at that. I already saw the speed limit, 40 miles an hour. And the light beam is not even pointing directly up, which, you know, you can adjust it, sure, but it's not blinding anyone. It's pointing like perfectly level, and it's so bright around the sides. Look at these sectors of light right here. You see my hands? Cheap headlights usually direct light forward like this, and that's about it. These headlights are casting a wide net. I can see everything in my peripherals to the left and to the right. I want you to look right there. I can see all my peripherals behind my license plate right over there. And if I decide to activate the turn signal, You can see it lights up even more over there. Like, man, they perform so good. And that's, I didn't expect that, you know, for the price point. And I'm very skeptical about buying headlight assemblies. I'm one of those people who's kind of like, oh, OEM's best, right? Do OEM all the time, OEM for things like that. And yeah, man, they just perform so good. I'm gonna do the brights one more time. But you see how they illuminate like everything? You can see like everything, dude. Man, I'm gonna put the camera around and I'll do a little U-turn and show you guys how bright they are. But look at this road. It is pitch black besides me. If I turn off my headlights, and even then the halos are still bright. Look at that, the halos still light up the road. But it's pretty impressive that this road is like pitch black without me driving on it. And now again, guys, there are like no other cars on the road besides me. I'm gonna turn off my headlights right here. Watch this, no other cars, no other light. And look how bright even just the halos are. Just the halos are still enough to light up the road as much as these whole lamps on the side of the road. Now watch this, 3, 2, and 1. Look at that right there. That is insane. And I don't even have my brights on, and I'm not blinding anyone. Again, the light's not pointing up in people's face as much as it might look like it on camera. The light beam is actually cutting off right up there, and it's fully adjustable, and it's super bright, guys. I can see everything. I can see a bunny. If it ran onto the road, I'd probably catch it in time. Like, no one flashes their brights at me to say, oh, dude, your car is way too bright. Like, none of that, man. It's just good quality lighting. Straight up, good quality lighting. That's where these guys are literally blinding me. Like these new trucks and stuff literally are blinding, dude. I can't stand that, man. Like the new trucks, I don't even know how they get away with that. It's so bright. But I'm gonna do my brights, 3, 2, and 1. I don't even know if you guys notice a difference on camera, but I can notice it in person. And yeah, dude, it's like you can catch anything coming from like, woo, a mile away with these headlights. I say that, hopefully nothing runs out onto the road and ruins this whole experience. And why not turn into here and show you guys the actual lights and how they perform and actually look like at night. Now they're in a little better lit area. And just to show you guys, these lights perform so good at nighttime. You guys can see the actual light beam here. That's what I was kind of trying to tell you. So obviously you can fully adjust the pathway of the light. So these headlights actually have an adjustment little wrench point underneath the hood, and you can adjust the light beams left to right and up and down. And overall, what I was trying to show you guys is you see that the light color is actually this nice white shade. And look how far out the beam reaches without blinding. It's not pointing directly at someone, it's right underneath. So I was able to adjust the light beam right underneath there, and it basically illuminates the entire road ahead of you. And the point that I was making earlier was that the Angel Line design looks so good at night. So you guys can see right here, obviously you have the angel eyes on the inside right there, the halos, but next to it, that LED bulb illuminates all those lines there, and it looks extremely elegant and aggressive. Just looks very modern. And the best thing about this is that the corner light here gives off even more light. I don't know how well you guys can see, but this whole entire patch here in your peripheral is illuminated just by that corner light there. So if I go ahead and flip the blinkers, I'm going to show you right now. You guys see that? Extremely bright. And I got these LED ones on their same exact website, and the output is just 10 out of 10. I highly recommend you guys upgrade from the halogen to the LED, cornering lights there. But I really want you guys to take note of how good that Angel Line design right there looks. Super elegant. And just like I pointed out in the daytime, the angel eyes are very bright at night, along with the projector. So the projector light is clear. It's this like perfect white shade. It's not distorted. And I really just love the way that these things look at night. Look at this from afar. I'll pull the camera back. But that right there is what you see at nighttime. That is extremely menacing, dude. You see that in your rearview mirror? Just like that, right there. Look how much more aggressive that looks over the boring factory bland ones. Look at that. It's like an actual eye staring at you, man. And I do want to show you guys one final feature that I did not know existed on these headlights is apparently when you have the headlight here put to the auto position, so I'm going to show you one time. So I'm going to flip this to auto, you know, like the auto position. When you activate the turn signal, it illuminates the front headlight and basically gives anybody oncoming in traffic a warning of where you're turning. So I'm gonna go ahead and push this down, and it lights up this inner part. See that inner headlight there? Lights up to let the person know where you're turning. I'm gonna do that one more time. See that middle one lights up, and then it turns itself off, and it kind of gives you a warning. It's like a really cool hidden feature I didn't know about, is that middle one, you see that inside bulb there that's usually useless, lights up to give a warning of where you're turning. And see how it lights up the inner one, and then the inner one turns off just for a split second, and it kind of gives you this warning of where you're turning. But yeah, guys, all that put together, having that bright and crisp of a light beam that doesn't blind other people, it being fully adjustable to left, right, up, down, every position. And on top of that, the lights themselves just look so freaking bright and crisp and aggressive. I 100% recommend these headlights to everybody because the daytime performance is just as good as the nighttime. But that's my comprehensive breakdown of these E92 Vader headlights. I highly recommend you guys get yourself a pair. Just be sure to use code IZZY9X to save some money on yours. And until next time, I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace out.